what does the creative process look like when you're writing your own music?
In a way, I've kind of figured out like an optimal way of coming up with ideas now. So once I realized basically the fundamentals of a song, so what we talked about already, like the BPM. So imagine that's one variable. Most songs, you know, there's going to be a sequence of either 3 or 4 chords, right? So let's just say we only have 4 chords. BPM, 4 chords, like that just like repeats, and then a melody. So the bit where I come in, imagine I could randomly generate on these variables, and then I could come up with a melody. What the hell was that?
There's an ice machine going off.
Oh, the ice machine.
Yeah.
We're gonna get drinks soon.
We are in the functioning cafe.
Oh yeah. Sponsored by. No, but so imagine if I have only them variables, then the bit I enjoy is coming up with the melody. So I'll come in, and this is if I don't have any ideas, if I was on a desert island, right, and all I had was, you know, a chord generator and a metronome. This is how I come up with a song. I just start trying to feel around and be like, ba, 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 ba. Here's the ice machine, and it's wrecking my head. No, and then I'd be like, don't like that, and I keep hitting that button, randomizing, until I start gelling with it in a way that makes me feel good. And all that matters is that I know what it's like when I feel good about something. That's the bit you need to learn. The bit you need to figure out is what you actually like, and then you need to be like ruthlessly honest to your taste. You have a taste, right? You have a taste for these questions. If you had another set of questions, you might, I don't like that one, I like this one, I don't like that one. As long as you're honest to your taste, then you're gonna end up somewhere that you'll be happy with, I think, especially over time. So if you can learn, I know that feeling of, I love this melody, and so I get real excited about it. So when I capture it and then I just record that note, then I come back to it and I'll just be like random, like gibberish. Don't worry about words, because it's actually, the melody is so important. Do you ever listen to like Numa Numa Ye, Numa 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 Ye? Who cares what they're saying? Or like Despacito, blah 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 blah. The melody's so good that it doesn't matter what they're saying. So if you set yourself up like that, right, and your chords are being randomized, but let's say they're from a collection of, you know, ones that aren't going to sound too painful when you hear them. Like most songs, like we're all borrowing from the same language, and no one's doing anything revolutionary with the chords. It's the melody where I feel most energized about, and I feel happiest about. When I get a good melody, it doesn't matter if I don't have the words, and then I'll just fill in the words, like, because I'll be like he da da ba da ha da da he, and then it'll be he. Maybe that means me or be or C, and then maybe I'll be like, okay, the sentence has to end with the word that it rhymes with C. So if that word has to rhyme with that, and the other bit has to rhyme with that sentence, then I know that I've actually, in the infinite amount of words that I could pick, I've now narrowed it down to only a few. So now I can start kind of cycling through things in my head, and I can just feel what feels right. You know what I mean? I can just say, I'll just write a sentence. And I can always change that sentence, but the sentence has to end with something that rhymes with C, in a way. Let's just say that's the case. Yeah. And so it's like a crossword puzzle then. So then once you get to that, you fill out the chorus, and then once you have the chorus, then the next bit is probably harder, because I know, let's say, I have a sense of how the verse will go subconsciously, that I'll just start going with a verse, I'd lead up to that. But I won't get it right all the time. I'll have to really iterate on melody up until I hit gold, in a way. Like I have loads of audio messages that are just me roaring like, but then once I have the structure, and it depends on the type of structure, like verse, chorus, let's say verse, bridge, and maybe that's it. Then after I write the chorus, and the best way to do it is if I had 10 of them before I started finishing a song, because I might, out of them 10, I might have a favorite. And this is if I was on that desert island, by the way. And then I'd write out the whole song, and I'd write out the melodies first. So melody first, and then you get off the desert island because you wrote a song, and that's all you had to do to get off it, it turned out.